Chapter 1: The Discovery. The amusement park we know as Silver Dollar City was later built after the Marvel Cave. The Lynches found this cave, and later the Lynch sisters gave Hugo Hershen, a Danish immigrant, a 99-year lease on the cave. Hugo and the rest of the family worked at the cave, but soon they wanted more. After Hugo's death, the Hershens decided to build a mining village above ground in 1960, now called Silver Dollar City, which got its name by the silver dollars people used at the time. Chapter 2: The Shops. The shops in the city are now about 60. Back then they didn't have much. At Town Square they had a blacksmith shop, general store, an ice cream parlor, a doll shop, the McHaffey Homestead, and the Wilderness Church. In 1970, blowing glass shops came to Silver Dollar City, and then years later, in 1990, the Heartland Home Furniture Factory used solid red oak to carve the furniture. Then many more had came from 1970 through 1990, and 1990 till now. The shops such as wood carving, tie hacking, ice soap making, candle making, basket weaving, leather crafting, knife making, and pottery, plus so much more came to 1990 and now. Chapter 3: Shows and Attractions. About 12 shows and 30 attractions are here now. In early May of 1969, the first ever show, and actually a show, was the Beverly Hillbillies, which then came to the city and filmed 5 episodes and were open to the public. They came from Hollywood all the way to the Ozarks to come record. In 1973, the salon was equipped with music, dancing, and comedy for everyone to laugh and play. In 1979, they built the Courthouse Theater, which names have been changed twice. It was called the Gaslight Theater, and now the Riverfront Playhouse, which is an indoor stage. In 1983, Echo Hollow Dinner and Show was changed to an amphitheater, which now known as Echo Hollow Amphitheater. One attraction they have is the swinging bridge, which back then was the entrance of the Silver Dollar City, which at the ticket booth has a pass that gives you 1 day admission and unlimited drinks on the flooded mud. Grandfather's Mansion is a little fun house for everyone and little kids to play in, where parents can help have fun as well. Geyser Gulch is the world's largest treehouse with a multi-level room with spray guns and fun for everybody in the summer. The Culinary and Craft School was opened in 2008, which allows guests to learn the city's secrets of crafts and cuisines. Chapter 4: Rides. The first ever ride in Silver Dollar City is the Frisco Silver Dollar train ride, which of an act of Alf Bolden, a bushwhacker, and his gang of thieves provided a comic distraction while boilers built enough steam to make the trip in 1962. In 1966, Stagecoach Rides found a home at the Butterfield Stagecoach Depot, and guests would ride when pleased while riding the ride. In 1970, Rubes Duggan's Driving Bell was an early version of high-tech ride simulators where guests would feel like being lowered to Lake Summer and landed safely to the surface. But unfortunately for some, it was replaced by the Lost River of the Ozarks in 1985. In 1972, the first indoor roller coaster is Fire in the Hole. It is based on the bald numbers or vigilantes that used to be here in the Ozarks. In 1981, Owens Float Trip had a major renovation with new lockboats in the finale splashdown, well known as the America Plunge. In 1985, the Lost River was built on an actual river. It replaced Rubens Duggan Drive Bell, as we learned before. In 1984, before the Lost River was built, Hugo's and Mary's Carousel was built because many amusement parks had so many carousels and they feel left out. In 1999, Buzzsaw Falls was the first liquid coaster. It starts in waters and floats by, then goes on roller coaster tracks, then a plunge down. Chapter 5: Conclusion. Silver Dollar City is a great example of the history that happened here in the Ozarks, such as events and people like the Bushwhackers and Ball Numbers. Some rides contain, like the Frisco Silver Dollar, Fire in the Hole, and the Flooded Mine. There are so many shops, rides, and shows and attractions in the city. You need to go. It is a fun experience for all ages, and it's the place to be when visiting the Ozarks in Branson, Missouri.